I'm Jared. Welcome to Everyday Adventure. Today, we're once again going to be discussing the M54a2, my military 5-ton. And, I talked a lot of trash in some of my previous videos about why normal people shouldn't buy these trucks and what roles they aren't good at fulfilling as a bug out vehicle and the like. But I kind of just want to go through and discuss the positives, the reasons I bought this truck, and like go through how I went about coming to the decision to get something of this size. And let's get into it. Okay, so first off, I have it's got way loads of gamma, but that's a an 87 3/4 ton Ford that I have. It's gone through 2 injection pumps and 400 miles. It's thrown the brake calipers off multiple times. It's broken down multiple other times. It seemed like every time I drove it on the road, it would break. Every time I drove it off-road, it was like it was unstoppable. So the last time the injection pump went out, I was pretty well done with it, and I decided that, hey, I was going to get a truck. And, I looked on the market for trucks. I needed something that I could haul a heavy load with. I really wanted to be able to potentially haul my dozer, and like even a 1-ton would have worked for that. My dozer weighs 19,000 pounds, and so it would have gone behind a 1-ton and a trailer sort of okay. I wouldn't have been taking it down the highway. This is mostly just for from desert location to desert location on dirt roads, slow speeds. So I really don't need something like that's rated to haul real heavy, because I wouldn't be going very fast, and also I wouldn't be using it like for very long distances. We're talking under 100 miles at low speeds. So I've kind of got this philosophy when it comes to trucks, and that is essentially that it's not really a truck. And I know everyone's going to disagree with this, but it's not. I don't consider it a truck unless it has all the wheels turning. Like, unless it's 4-wheel drive or 6-wheel drive or 8-wheel drive. However many axles you have, that's how many drive axles that I think, and this is just me, but I would prefer to have as many drive axles as there are axles on the truck. I want to be able to get in and out of sand and loose gravel and up steep inclines, and most 2-wheel drive vehicles don't really do it. And also most 2-wheel drive light duty vehicles don't have low range transfer cases. Semis are a little bit different story. They're definitely trucks, despite the fact that they don't have all the wheels turning, just because it's so complex and expensive to get a 10-ton truck that has that kind of attributes. And also, there's really no point. It makes them way less fuel efficient. My 5-ton gets essentially what most semis get. I get about 5. Most semis get about 5 loaded. At least that's what my Volvo got, and also my Freightliner. My Freightliner got about 6.5. So, but yeah, no, I've just always had this philosophy that 6-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive was the only way to go. I've owned military vehicles before. I know that the military vehicle market is kind of expensive right now, but the truck markets, all the used vehicle markets, are very expensive right now. So, when I started looking around, I was looking for a cheap project, and I ended up with a nice complete truck outside of the paint. And I'm aware that it's ugly. I've got this like white and black camo pattern on the side. It was kind of a test pattern. That was from me. And the other trashy camo pattern was there before, but at least it matches, and the white and black doesn't match. I think it's just going to get bed lined. So part of the reason I really like the M54 trucks is because they have a lot of history. In Vietnam, these trucks were used. They would deck out the sides of the bed with heavy gauge steel, and sometimes like bodies of armored vehicles. They just mount a armored vehicle to the bed essentially, and they'd have gunner positions on them. They'd have multiple guns. Some of them had miniguns, others had Ma Deuces and the like. And what they would essentially do is they'd run for convoys in Vietnam to kind of get the enemy off of the convoy's back. They'd serve as pointmen and scouts and do the real heavy dirty work while the convoy was behind them or around them, whatever. They'd draw the fire and fire themselves, which was, it was an incredible task set that wasn't necessary. The military could have done something different, and instead the military decided that it was a good idea to leave convoys unprotected. And a few people in the military decided that, hey, that ain't going to work. We're not going to have all of our convoys burnt and demolished and all these people dead. So that's what they did. They first they started outfitting 2.5-ton trucks with armament and armor. And then when they found out that the armor was too heavy for a 2.5, they started stacking them on the 5 tons. This has a multi-fuel engine. Most of those trucks were gas trucks, or they had what engine is that? Mack. It would have had a Mack engine, I think. But so like the M54s would have had the gas engine, the A1 would have had the Mack diesel, and then the A2s had the multi-fuels. The Macks are more powerful than the multi-fuels. The multi-fuels are a little bit low on power. 644 gears, so it's low geared enough. As long as you're going slow, it's got plenty of power to pull anything. But a 1-ton couldn't ever dream of fitting my dozer in the bed of it. And I've proved on video that this truck does it just fine. I mean, I'm a bit of an idiot in how I loaded it, but this truck does it just fine. And the dozer weighs 19,000. This is rated. So the M54a2s are rated at 20,000 pounds in the bed highway, and that rating is good enough for me to deal with it, like low speed maneuvering, mild off-road. Don't go crazy on inclines and the like. The axles can handle it. The suspension can handle it. It didn't even squat the truck. 19,000 pounds of tractor in the bed of this truck didn't squat the truck. I can't tell a difference in height between now and when the dozer was loaded on it, outside of the tires. And specifically that one tire that was low with the inner dual that's flat. So they're rated at 20,000 pounds in the bed, or 10,000 pounds off-road in the bed, or it'll pull 35,000. So they're really stout. All the specs on these trucks are very stout, and that's really what I wanted it for. I could have got a 1-ton and pulled that tractor with the 1-ton, but in reality, this truck works just fine for me for the same thing I would need a normal truck for. Like when I need something real heavy moved, I can use this truck, and when I need something lighter moved, I can use my Yukon, which serves as my scout vehicle. My Yukon's 4-wheel drive, and it works really well as a scout vehicle for like a bug out situation. this truck for me is a bug out vehicle. Like, I do expect to use it if I ever have to bug out, but uh, like most people aren't going to be doing with, like, if they have to bug out, they're not going to be doing what I'm going to be doing. If I have to bug out, I'm assuming that I'll probably have enough time, like maybe a couple days before things get really spicy. Um, and I'm already 8 miles out in the desert, so I've got a little bit more time than most people do, I suppose. Um, but what my idea is I could pull a mobile home behind this. I could pull a mobile home off road behind this, and I know of some spots, some like very large spots where I could get a mobile home in and out of fairly easy with a 6-wheel drive truck, um, and have a house that is in tow behind me up like off road. All I need to do is carry a few extra spare tires for the trailer, and that should work just fine for that. And that was, that covers my bases. Like, I could pull a house, I could pull the dozer. That's all I need the truck for. It goes off road pretty good. I like using it for like playing around out in the desert, and that's cool. But at the same time, like, and it looks intimidating. There's loads of reasons to like these things. And there's a lot of flaws that they have. Most people don't. Most people shouldn't buy these trucks, and I don't ever recommend that anyone buy these. But for me, it makes sense because it holds a lot of weight and it's 6-wheel drive, and that's what I need it to do. That's everything that I need it to do. And in a bug out situation, I still need it to haul a lot of weight and be 6-wheel drive. And it's got a winch on the front if I need it. I don't intend to have to use it. I don't generally, the idea is don't be stupid enough to have to get yourself into a situation where you have to use the winch. But this isn't for a bug out vehicle that will take me out of a city. I'm already out of the city. I don't need to worry about running through barricades and trying to escape. I've already escaped. I just got to get a little bit further out. So that's kind of my notions as to why I own the 5-ton and why it's a good choice for someone like me. And there's plenty of people like me that makes sense for, but the people like me aren't going to watch the other video where I trash talk the 5-ton and come to the same conclusion that it's garbage for their use, because it probably isn't. It's perfect for what I need it for, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what really counts, I suppose. Anyway, hope y'all have a good one. Take it easy. Oh, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Even if you hate the videos, leave a comment. Tell me you hate my ugly mug. I don't care. Have a good one.